Hello and welcome to Headmaster Assembly at the end of this third week, a short week with the bank holiday coming up on Friday. And I must start by saying a huge thank you to the fifth form and the upper sixth. You have impressed enormously with the way that you have responded to the challenge of getting your heads down and working over the course of the last few weeks. And almost without exception, the praise from my colleagues has been effusive. And it's been regularly coming through just about how surprised they have been about how well you've responded and how much of a pleasure and how much fun it has been working with you over the last few weeks. So a huge congratulations, you've done yourselves great credit. Also on that positive front, the number of green chits coming in continues to rise. So congratulations to the top three houses just in this snapshot this week. In third place, Tower House, well done, the first appearance for you. Fawley in second and Mead just by one. In first place. It's going to be fascinating to see how the term develops, and we'll do a full tally with all of the rankings at the end of the half term in 2 weeks' time. It's also been great to hear about some commended work and some individuals, and I hope you will bear with me as I just read the comments from my colleagues to you. So Finn Fleming for Economics, Mr. Slade, has commended his work, and he writes this: Finn's essay on the ability of companies to sustain high profits is a model of sophisticated synopsis, effortlessly weaving together ideas and diagrams in different parts of the syllabus to create a piece of work with a compelling, argumentative narrative. This kind of work is very rare at A-level, let alone in the first year of the course. So congratulations to you, Finn. Also to Felix Nelson, Hope Morgan and Izzy Blackburn for a piece of English work from Mrs. Milne. And Mrs. Milne writes, a truly outstanding collaborative essay on a sonnet from Spenser's Amoretti. This is a new extension work exploring a writer they are unfamiliar with and a poetic form they have never experienced, and their essay was absolutely superb, full of sensitive, perceptive, critical detail. So well done to all three of you. To Maddie Unit, English again from Mrs. Briggs this time. Maddie has spent time outside of lessons and the set prep time to widen her knowledge of the poems being studied. She adds her research to her carefully annotated notes and submits them. During this time of uncertainty, she is really pushing herself to ensure that she gains a top grade next year when she sits her GCSEs. Well done, Maddie, it's great news. And to Leah Barton for her lockdown speech from Mrs. Massey. Mrs. Massey writes this: we had briefly studied speech writing and rhetorical device, and what impressed me with this speech was how hard Leah had worked to include as much of that rhetorical device as possible, and how fluent the result was. I know that she will have worked extremely hard on this assignment. Recently, she also worked hard and produced an excellent business letter to her MP about the lack of PPE. I made a couple of changes to that letter and then told her she should send it to him. Her attitude to the work set during remote learning has been outstanding. Congratulations, Leah. And then finally, Georgia Hubbards for her geography work from Mr. Price. Mr. Price writes, wow, simply stunning work. This really is top quality. The place-specific detail is really detailed, the written communication is clear, and your ideas and evaluation of the topic are superb. So congratulations to you, Georgia, and to all of you who are producing such great work under these different circumstances. I have really enjoyed hearing about all the different things that you are involved with in and around your learning. So please do keep that going, and Mr. Hall will tell us a little bit more about that in a moment. But before we get to that, I'm just going to share this week's photographs which have come in from a number of you around the school site. And these are to do with pets, these animals that live alongside you that are unaffected by all that is happening to us. And what a great therapy they are to many of you. So here are the pictures of your pets. So for the challenge for this week, I would really like to get a sense of the different hobbies and the activities that you're involved with. So whether that is exercise or art or food or whatever it happens to be, maybe you're starting on a jigsaw puzzle. If you can take a picture of whatever it is that you're doing, maybe when you're bored, what is it that you do, and send that through to me at the website that is on the screen. So these are the hobbies, activities that you are involved with during your days at home. The pictures that you are seeing in front of you are a reminder that this is not a normal bank holiday weekend, but it is in fact VE Day, the 75th anniversary of the end of the Second World War in Europe. And as you look at the eyes of the people that you can see in front of you, I think you can see a sign of hope, that things will be better. You can see a sense of relief that the dark times maybe have passed, and a real sense of the destruction that happened, but also a brighter time to come. Now, I'm pretty uncomfortable with comparing the suffering and the difficulties that people went through at that time with our own temporary situation at the moment. But I do think there are things that we can learn from these people that will help us with our current situation. I think there was a strong sense of resilience, of leaning on each other, of working together, of bringing society and community together, and of really understanding the priorities for what we are dealing with right now. But also a real sense that things will improve and get better again. These are not the same times as the Second World War and all that was endured at that time. But there are things that we can learn and draw from, and I hope that this weekend will give you a chance to do that. Now, I am aware that one or two of you are finding life pretty hard right now, and our thoughts are very much with you. I think we are aware of most of you and seeking to support you in whatever way we can. But if you don't feel that we've necessarily been in touch with you just yet, and there is a conversation that you would like to have, please do reach out. We don't mind who that is to, but I hope you will talk to a friend, a housemaster, a tutor, a teacher. Just let somebody know, and we would love to be able to provide you with the support that you need to help you through and to help you to flourish. I hope you all have a really good weekend. I hope you enjoy some good times and some good rest, and take some time away from those screens that are so important to us at the moment, and enjoy the company of those around you. Have a good weekend.
Greetings once again from Cheltenham. I thought I would start by sharing this quote with you. The more we do, the more we can do, by William Hazlitt. I think it's so important that at this particular point in time that we don't allow ourselves to drift. I think we can all be guilty of that at times, but I think the more we engage, the busier we are, the happier that we are. And for that reason, I thought I would share it with you as we start off this section of the assembly today. This week's photography challenge was macro, and the winner that has been selected this week is Hamish Bruce for this beautiful composition of a cat. And just love the vibrancy of the colours that are coming through in that particular image. So well done to Hamish. We also want to say congratulations to Asenia, to Reese and to Fenella for their photographs that they submitted. Again, some stunning photography taking place there, certainly very different in terms of their styles, and really like that. So well done to those three, as well as Hamish for your contributions this week to the macro competition. In the Lego building competition, congratulations go to Farapont Baranov for his contribution, and also for highly commended Barney Huxtable. It's really nice to see the Dean Close Monopoly set making an appearance again this week, and being used as a prop. So Barnaby, I hope that is used as a game as well as a prop for your bridge building. But well done to Farapont and the bridge that spans those magnificent buildings, and also to Barnaby for your contribution this week. Well done go to Ben Fitzjohn for his homemade burger this week. There were a few entries this week, but obviously Ben's caught the attention of Mrs. Larkin Lawton, and certainly there were other photographs that went with that, there were fried eggs and all sorts of other things going into the burgers, and homemade brioche buns. So well done, Ben, for your contribution there, and congratulations. I thought I would give you an update on the Strava running competition. Certainly in week one, the staff outdid the pupils by 246 kilometers. But as I said last week, that gap was narrowing and we're now down to 159. I will update you on week three uh, during the course of next week, but certainly you've got the weekend to try and narrow that gap even more. And we're looking forward to that date when the pupils overtake the staff in terms of the distance run. I just wanted to mention the top three boys and the top three girls in the competition. Well done to James Candy, Danny Howlett, and Josh Collinette for their week two performances, as well as to Imi Mason, Nell Curry, and Sophie Liu. Well done on your contributions to that pupil tally of 302 kilometers in that second week. So keep running, use the weekend to clock up a few miles or kilometers, and we look forward to seeing those stats on Monday when they come out and are published. So in terms of next week's challenges, we move on to shadow in photography, and I'm looking forward to seeing the entries for next week's photography competition and the imagination and creativity that you use there. The Lego building competition moves to a memorable scene from history, and that might be quite pertinent with VE Day coming up over the bank holiday weekend. So whether you are celebrating the first flight of the aeroplane or the landing on the moon or whatever that might be, we look forward to seeing your memorable scene from history entries next week. The bake-off moves to puff pastry sausage rolls, and Mrs. Larkin Lorcan there is looking for the technical skill behind the puff pastry. Obviously, you can offer a vegetarian option as well into the competition, and we'll see how that goes. We look forward to seeing those entries. I hope you have a really good weekend. Obviously, this is goodbye to the fifth form and to the upper sixth for the time being. And we hope that you have a fantastic weekend. For the fifth form and the upper sixth, please do look out, as has already been flagged, the online courses that are available for you to engage with. There's some fantastic opportunities for you to build your CVs and gain some valuable experience there. So have a good weekend. Enjoy that time with your families, and we'll see you all again soon.